Selamat pagi, good morning. Welcome to another session on Zaid Ibrahim podcast. And today we are fortunate to have a special guest, Siti Kasim. Welcome, Siti.
Hello, thank you, Dato, for inviting me.
Yeah.
Much honored.
Yes, so as you know, most of you will know this, Siti is a human rights lawyer and activist, very active in social and issues relating to human rights and especially Orang Asli. She's also sometimes get involved in politics. So we're going to cover all these issues in our conversation today. Okay, Siti, let me ask you first. How are you doing now?
How I'm doing?
How are you doing on a personal level? Are you?
Well, could be better, of course. The resolution on my bombing of the car is still not resolved. So I always feel I'm still under threat.
Are you scared still?
Well, I will always be careful, not to say I'm scared or, but if I'm not scared, then I'm not human. So I have to say that, I'm always more cautious now due to the fact that, the threats online is continuing and all that. And despite making police reports, nothing's been done. So...
Okay, so but anyway, I hope you take care of yourself, be safe.
Right.
Now, what about as a lawyer? Are you very busy?
Well, actually, as a lawyer, I actually use my knowledge and my skills to actually do what you call as strategic litigation. Not only the Orang Asli cases, I'm quite involved in many, maybe from the backs, because what I do is that I find lawyers to actually act on behalf of the Orang Asli as the solicitors on record. But I do try and put things together with other teams and members of lawyers as well. But on personal level, I'm trying to bring up cases. For example, I have a case now which is suing the religious authorities for maliciously arresting me and all that. And also, obviously, when you sue an agency of the government, you have to sue the government as well. So that's one. And then I'm suing the police as well for their high-handed manner in which they arrested me last time. Breaking down my house, the door of my house and all that. So I also, there are a few other cases going on. So I just think that, I have to do something with regards to challenging these enforcement powers.
Okay. What about the bread and butter lawyering? The lawyering that gives you some money. Are you active in that?
Well, it is very hard because I am so involved in all these not paid
controversial
cases.
Issues.
Controversial and pro bono cases and all that. I do have problems actually concentrating on finding cases. Because you see, people have this perception everything I do is for free, and so when they come to me, they always think that I will do it for free for them. They want free legal advice, free representation, and they don't understand that I do have to, pay my own bills and things like that. But unfortunately, most of them who comes to me, they want to actually. To be helped for free. I find it difficult. So I have friends who help me in the sense that if I'm broke, I shout to them. I say, "Oh, can you help me?" Okay, I have really great people around me.
Yeah, that sounds like me too.
But you live in a massive house.
No, I live in an old house. Okay, now I want to focus a bit more on Orang Asli, because, we have, correct me if I'm wrong, we have something like 200,000 Orang Asli.
220,000 approximately.
And has their condition improved since all this talk about helping Orang Asli. Yes,
Well,
every year,
yes.
government will announce plans to help them.
Oh yeah, every year they give money to
They give
Jakwa.
money to the department of
Yeah.
Orang Asli.
Yeah.
Now, has that money come down to the people?
Well,
How do you see the progress?
To be honest, frankly, I go to the ground. Not that I've seen much change. To
Not
be
much
honest, not much.
In
change.
terms of their health, their healthcare, their housing.
Yeah,
their
no,
income.
there is a very. I will be very blunt because I've always been blunt about it. I do believe that the money given to Jakwa do not actually reach down to the grassroots, to the orang kampung, especially in the pendalaman. Yeah, pendalaman means people who live in the jungle and all that. And I have heard from the Orang Asli themselves, they also are biased in giving the help. For example, that if these people are pro-Jakwa, in the sense that they support Jakwa, they will just follow whatever Jakwa said, then they will get help. And also that if you convert into Islam, you will be getting help. So those people who don't, then they don't give the so-called...
This Jakwa Jabatan Kebajikan Orang Asli, is it under Ministry of?
If I'm not mistaken, under Ministry Luar Bandar. Right now, I think it's under Zahid.
Okay. So it is under Ministry of Luar Bandar.
Yes.
And the speaker, is it the speaker or the
Deputy Speaker.
The Deputy Speaker is the chairman of that.
Chairman of?
Of Jakwa, no?
No.
Oh.
It's his sister.
Oh.
The Ketua Pengarah of Jakwa. Talk about cronyism, okay? I mean, I will be blunt about it. Yeah. We were shocked when the sister of Ramli, Muhammad Noor, was appointed as Jakwa, Ketua Pengarah Jakwa of the whole of Malaysia. So yes, we I mean, they are Orang Asli, but doesn't mean you are an Orang Asli. You are going to be acting for the Orang Asli. I mean,
it's just because you're a Malay doesn't mean you're going to have the Malays.
Correct, absolutely. Yeah, they will do whatever benefits them.
All right, so that's the situation, and if I recall, Siti, Orang Asli is not regarded as Bumi Putra, right?
They are Bumi Putra.
They are Bumi Putra.
Yes,
I thought Orang Asal is Bumi Putra, not Orang Asli.
If I'm not mistaken, they are. Because they can open ASB.
Yeah. But they are not. I think we'll check on that.
Okay, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not very clear about that. Yeah.
As far as the definition of Bumi Putra in the Constitution, I don't think it refers to Orang Asli,
Oh, maybe lah, yeah.
And that is one of the strange things in this country, because if there's anyone who should be a Bumi Putra, it should be Orang Asli.
Yes, of course.
Because in Sabah Sarawak, the Orang Asal, they are Bumi Putras.
Oh.
Yeah, but not in the Peninsula.
Yeah, it wasn't my area of concentration,
But that's what I recall. I may be wrong, but we'll check on that.
You're probably right. I'm not very clear on that one, But that is... wow.
Yeah. So it's... since you're very close to Orang Asli because of your work and all that, and where are the majority of Orang Asli? Where are they? Is it in Pahang, Kelantan, or where?
Well, I can't say majority because in Kelantan there are about 2005 of Orang Asli, but I think mostly concentrate. There are a lot in Kelantan, a lot in Perak, Pahang, and Johor. These are the areas, mostly the Orang Asli, right? Like Johor, they have the Orang Seletar and all that. So different tribes, like in Perak, there are many more Semai. Then in Kelantan, Temia, and then in Pahang, the Jakun, the Jahud, and all that. So, but also Orang Batik in between Kelantan and Pahang. So yes, there are about 220,000 of them according to the statistic given by Jakwa, I believe.
I remember when I was in Standard 6 those days, this is in 1960s. There were one or two Orang Asli in my class. I still remember them, big, tall guys, And they're probably much older than I was, because those days registration for schools for them, it's not as
Is that in the primary school? Or?
yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
primary school. Yeah.
Where is that?
In Kota Baru.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
And so I've had contact with Orang Asli when I was young, but I don't see much involvement of Orang Asli in terms of culture, in terms of they are not put our country, our society do not really, I think, take care of their interests in the way I think we should.
Yes, of course.
I think we owe it to them,
Most definitely, they are the natural keeper of our forests and all that. To be honest, as when I was in school, I never really knew about Orang Asli. I think there's a little paragraph about them, but I've never met one, never knew about them, and I only found out about them after I started my activism within the Human Rights Committee of the Bar. In my 40s, that time only I started to know about their issues, about the whole thing about the Orang Asli. Yeah, so yes, our government have really forgotten about them.
Because I noticed that whenever we have a public festival, whether it's Merdeka, whether it is Hari Malaysia, we see the Sabah Sarawak natives with all their costume and dances and all that. But I don't remember seeing Orang Asli being portrayed or given prominence, in the way we treat the Sabahans and Sarawakian native,
Yeah.
And I think it's maybe that's our way.
No, it shouldn't be our way.
It shouldn't be, yeah.
It should be changed. We should actually respect them more.
Yeah. Because they're very deprived in many ways.
Do you know that a lot of their languages are disappearing? Like the Tamia has their own, the Batik has their own, and we need to actually preserve this. We need the government ought to actually ensure the language of the Orang Asli are being kept.
But what I find it strange also, this is what I noticed, that the affairs of Orang Asli are managed by a department. I think we should give more prominence to the people of this country, and this is the native of this country.
The truth,
I think there should be at least a department, or if it is a department, it should be a bigger, more prominent department, maybe under Prime Minister or under somebody,
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
because then you can take a more focused approach. I don't know.
Well,
it could be a ministry. There should even be a ministry of natives and Orang Asal or whatever. There should be the country should give a lot more care towards these people, I think.
Well, see, I think care in a sense, not to be controlling them, because the care that the governments have in mind is about controlling them, doing things without their knowledge, real knowledge. There is no, real sort of agreement by the grassroots. Actually, to be honest, a lot of research have been done, a lot of suggestion and proposition being made with regards how to improve the lives of our Orang Asli, but totally ignored by all of the governments, including this one. Suhakam have made their proposal, the 18-point
on Orang Asli.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, they have. That was what? I think more about 15 years ago, 16 years ago.
Okay.
Even the Congress Orang Asli have come up with proposals how to make it better for the Orang Asli. Totally ignored by all of the governments. But of course, they use the Orang Asli as a tool for them to get votes. This is the problem. And
so this coming by-election, Negeri, they'll be busy with Orang Asli.
Oh God, yeah, sure. They will see these people, promising things again and all that.
And they give cigarettes and all that.
And they think that you see, again, I always feel that a lot of people do not want to understand the psyche of the Orang Asli, the nature of the Orang Asli, who they are. They always think the Orang Asli is stupid and uninformed and all that. You see, the Orang Asli are very, very non-confrontational type. Okay, they are very much a community type of decision making people. They don't make decision on their own.
Yeah.
So when you try to take a decision from them, you need to involve the community, not via the butting.
Not top down.
Yes, exactly. So, they need to discuss, they need to know, and then only, this free prior informed consent under the UN DREAM in which we signed have not been totally respected by the governments, They do whatever they like because the Orang Asli is not the type to confront or to actually challenge you, things like that. So, and this is why they think they can take advantage. Of course, now a lot of Orang Asli activists, the young Orang Asli, because of knowledge that's being shared with them, their rights and everything. And I must commend a lot of NGOs like Pusat Komas and all that. They have done a lot for years with the Orang Asli.
Pusat Komas.
Yeah, Pusat Komas.
What does that mean?
I think it's called community something. I don't know, but Pusat Komas is very well known to do a lot of, but they are very quiet about their involvement. One thing I like about them, but they do a lot of empowerment with the Orang Asli, with the community. Again, Dr. Colin as well, COAC, he's been in this business for a long time, and he does, speak up for the Orang Asli. So there are many, including lawyers, of course,
Of course.
Yeah, we
Are the lawyers besides yourself and the committee that there is a committee, I understand,
yes.
on Orang Asli.
Yes.
Are they still active now?
Well,
compared to your time?
Actually, I'm no longer in the committee. I was rejected by the bar for being in the committee. So I don't know what's going on in the committee right now. They don't like...
So you are rejected by government as well as by the bar?
Yeah, because I'm too outspoken. I criticize openly and they don't like that. They don't like, typical of Malaysian mentality. Even when I wanted to go public, some lawyers say, no lah, don't do it lah, because it will embarrass the bar. So... because what they are doing is not right, So, I said, this is the problem with our country. People wants to do it nicely and quietly. Yeah, I did it nicely.
But it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So when it doesn't work, you got to go out there and say it lah, That's
but there are still lawyers who are active?
I do believe so. Yeah. We do have a lot of cases being handled by members of the bar, pro bono basis. Although I'm not in there, but I know what's going on. Yes.
But I read somewhere that you receive funds from outside sources to help Orang Asli?
Oh, well, no, I wish we do, but
you don't?
No, not a single cent from outside sources. And basically, what happened, we were offered funding by the American bar, and to the tune of 150,000
US dollars.
Okay. And we lost it because. I have to use this word because one idiot in the Bar Council decided that we shouldn't take American money because this is the Israel and the Palestine war, because we are so pro-Palestine. So we must not take any American money because otherwise... And I said, that's what I said in my live video or in my video. I said, since when the bar become political? This money is to help our indigenous people.
Yes.
They do not give us any condition. They do not tell us to support Israel. They do not tell us to support the Americans. They say this money is to uplift the Orang Asli. How are you going to do this? And that's it. So what's the problem? And you see, I'm sorry, the Bar Council is like the government, They think they are in charge of every decision. So they have the right to say no or yes.
Impose,
to impose.
Yeah.
For example, my entry into the Orang Asli committee, they reject it because I dared to go public against them, and said about the American bar money, and all that. So they don't like it. They don't like the truth came out. Very typical of the Malaysian mentality. So how are we going to progress if we have these people, in power? Yeah.
Okay, Siti, we'll take a short break and then we'll come back to the second part.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.